Hello and welcome back, or welcome to my channel. Today we're doing something really exciting. I'm going to show you how to make a vision board, how to make a successful vision board actually. So I'm just gonna get right into it. So the first thing when you're creating a vision board is I always feel like you should reflect on the past year. So I personally usually make my calendar in Aries season at the start of the astrological calendar in April. Just because to me that's when the year starts. The year either starts when I turn the next age or in spring, when the rest of nature springs up. But I do understand that people, like, when it's winter, it's a good time to like lock in and really focus on what you want. And yeah, because you're not really going outside, you've got a good time to think and reflect and focus on what you actually want for your future. So I'm showing you guys now in time for the actual new year. Really important, the first thing when you're making a new vision board is, if you've made one before, I feel like it's really good to reflect on the past vision board, see what came true, how it came true, when it came true, what didn't come true, why didn't it come true, because chances are there's a lot of things that I've put on a vision board and they didn't come true, but it's because I didn't do anything. You have to kind of meet the universe halfway. Some things will just happen because it's like easy and it fits in your life already, but other things you kind of have to meet them halfway because in your current reality they can't exist, if that makes sense. So yeah, oftentimes if you're reflecting on an old vision board, you'll see that, like, oh, that thing didn't happen, 333, that thing didn't happen, but I didn't do XYZ, and that's why. So I think it's really important to reflect on your first vision board if that's you. I'm not going to do it, well, it will be edited in so you'll see, but just to reflect on my vision board, this is what it looks like. I put it in a place where I would see it every single day. It's literally right next to my bed, so I wake up and I see it. This is a vision board I actually made 2 years ago, and it's really weird, and this is why I'm doing this video, because I looked at it recently and I was like, oh my god, all that stuff actually came true in like ways that I just didn't even think of it. And it makes sense because I spent the past 2 years in just not in the best place I could be. So like physically wise, stability wise, mentally wise, just not in the best place I could be. So yes, these things manifested, but they manifested in a way that I didn't actually want, but that was just the way that they could come in with me being in that current state, if that makes sense. So most of these things manifested in 2024, which is when I made the vision board for, and then I didn't actually make one for 2025 because I put 2 things on my vision board and that's it. And I'll show you pictures of them. One of them was just basically a girl with long curly hair because I wanted to grow my hair back because I went to Ibiza and I pulled it all out. But anyway, I have noticed she's grown, so that happened. And then the second one is doing yoga on the beach, which, guess what? February 2026, all I'm going to be doing is yoga on the beach. So those are the only 2 things that I put on there, and they happen, which you'll see as well. I'm going to be vlogging the whole time. I'm going to be in Thailand, so that's exciting. But I'm going to insert a clip of me going through my 2024 vision board to reflect on what happened, because I feel like that's important. But I'm not going to do that right now because this part of me recording is the informational part, and then I'm actually going to be making my actual board on my other channel. But I'm still going to give you all the ingredients to make a really successful vision board. I'm just not going to make mine today. Step number 2, if you have you don't have a previous vision board, which is fine, or you've done step number 1, which is reflect on your past vision board. Next part is you want to get a piece of paper or a fancy notebook. I've chosen this notebook because this is cute, it's small, it's easy to carry places, and yeah, this was actually 2022, but I've kept the same one because the fundamentals of what's important to me haven't really changed throughout that time. So the first page of outlining my higher self is what they do. Like, what's their morning routine? What habits do they have? I don't know why I'm saying they, she, me. What habits do I have? I put get up straight away, no phone, meditate for 5 minutes. So this is like the morning, what your higher self would do. And I really think that is helpful to start with because it's stuff you can do already. Like, you might not meditate every morning, but if you've wrote down that your higher self meditates for 10 minutes at least every morning, that's something that you can do. You can wake up earlier and you can make the time to do that because that's what the best version of yourself would do. And then it helps your belief system feel like, yeah, I'm deserving of everything else that I write in here because I am that version of myself. So yeah, drink water, journal, gratitude, affirmations, eat well, you know, all these things. I'll just read this to you as well. My higher self believes in making mistakes. She knows that this is how you learn. She takes care of herself. I know that other people's opinions of the way others live their lives don't affect me / have anything to do with me. I take care of each area of my life through repeated actions and beliefs. My first ritual is my morning routine. So there we go. I died, but we're just gonna continue. Yeah, you have to define what the highest version of yourself is in every area of life. So the first category is looks. I've wrote down everything that the best version of me looks like. Neat eyebrows, clear skin, cut hair every 3 months. Like, there's stuff on there that you could actually do as well. This part, you can be as unrealistic as you feel like, but then when you're doing your vision board, it's going to be more about how to get to that thing. So I put no braces and very white teeth. I obviously had braces when I wrote this and now I don't. Experiment with a lot of different outfits, you know, no blow incense, I eat nice, things like this. So just write a little paragraph. I've written a little paragraph of what my higher self looks like. I'll just read you the paragraph. I put, my higher self looks amazing and takes care of herself. I dress in whatever I feel most confident in, and other people's opinions / thoughts I can't read, don't phase or affect my appearance. I have clear glowing skin, long healthy curls, and bright straight teeth. So, and then under there I've put bullet points of all the things, all the specific things that in an ideal world I would have when it comes to my looks. And I've colour coded it, but you don't have to be as extra as I am. And then the next section is work. So what kind of work do you see your higher self doing? If you don't have like a specific career or job that you know that you want to do in the future, outline what a successful job would look like. Like, do you have a set time and a set office that you have to go in a certain amount of days a week? Or are you self-employed, so you work on your own time? Are you freelance, so do you rely on people hiring, like booking you out for a certain amount of times? Like, think about these kind of things. How much money do you see your higher self making? And be as like out of touch as you want. I have put, I'll read you my paragraph. I'm gonna end up reading you the paragraph of each one. There's only 5 categories anyway. So I have an amazing career that allows me to travel, be creative, have a flexible schedule, and makes me very happy, all whilst paying me millions. My work will pay for my dream house, dream car, and for me to travel the world. I will make long-lasting friendships with similar people at my work. And then under, I've wrote all the specific points, like I am self-employed, I can buy a house, I can travel the world, etc. I do not have to work hard. So really outline what your dream career would be. And then the next section is just like activities. I don't know how else to put that into words because there's not a title, but it's like I've put a list of things that I want to do more of. So I put see family, read, roller skate, try new foods and restaurants, learn Spanish and pole dance. So make a section for any hobbies that you might want to try, or yeah, like see family. I've put to do things every day that I feel are good for my soul. I like to learn and grow as a person. I make time to try new things, practice my hobbies and try new places. My vision board inspires me. I'm surrounded by people who love me. So, and then the next section is friendships. You can interchange these sections as well, so you don't have to have a section on what your friendships or your relationships look like. Like you might have a section. I think I've got a romantic, I do have a romantic section, but yeah, like you can interchange these are just a guideline of what I've used. I'm surrounded by friends and family that love me. I have many friends who I have lots of fun with and constantly create new and great memories with. Some I chill with separately and others in a group. And then I've outlined the kind of people that I'm friends with. I'm always laughing and have lots of memories. My friendships complement me in my life. My friends have money to do things with me. My friends have my best interest at heart. Like, just outline what your relationships are like. The next one is love. This is the last one, actually. The last one is love. So I basically outlined what the best relationship looks like. That's funny, I was just reading about seeing my family more and my nana texted me. I've outlined what an ideal relationship looks like for me. Me and my boyfriend have a loving, trusting, happy and healthy relationship. We spend a healthy amount of time together on dates and with our friends. We love, trust and can communicate with each other easily. So, and then I've just put things that my ideal partner would have. He is loving and listens to me. He is healthy. We try lots of things together. We travel a lot. So yeah, and then those are the 5 sections. But like I said, you can add any more sections that you think would be more relevant to you, or sections that you want to include on your vision board. If I was to add a section, I'd probably add a health section. I might do that now, actually. Not now, after this. What does the healthiest version of yourself do? Does she eat clean? Does she have a certain diet? Does she eat a Mediterranean diet? Does she not eat meat? These kind of things. How often does she go to the gym? These kind of things. The light's back. Isn't that so much better? That is pretty much it. Like, it's quite simple, and I feel like even if you just do this step of like just deciding what your higher self looks like, and even if you don't do an actual vision board, like it's going to help you a lot. It's going to grow your confidence because it's going to be realistic stuff that you can actually do. Like, if it's to lose weight, then you know that you can wake up and you can go to the gym. Or if it's to gain weight, you know that you can wake up and you can start researching what foods help you put on the most weight. You know, it's just about starting simple and small. Really, about when it comes to manifestation, it's your beliefs about yourself. So sometimes when we don't have the best beliefs about ourselves or our environment or the things around us or even the people around us, we have to take small steps to prove to ourselves that this is wrong. So you might have a belief like, oh, I'm lazy, or I'm not a morning person. So in turn, to change that, you might start going to bed earlier. So then you wake up earlier and you feel better in the morning. And then in turn, you might get out of bed straight away instead of going straight on your phone, and you might go for a walk, or you might drink 2 glasses of water or have some tea. Do you see what I mean? Like, there's loads of different ways that you can prove to yourself that you are deserving of all the things that you want, because you actually never know what could happen. Like, you could be, I know I say later on I talk about being realistic, but it's not about being realistic, because you could win the lottery tomorrow. It happens to people all the time. You could enter a raffle. You could not even enter it. A friend could enter you into a raffle and you could win a Porsche. Like, these things actually happen to people. And it's because they've manifested it. It's because deep down in their subconscious, they believe that that can happen for them. And at the end of the day, it's just proving to yourself and proving to your subconscious brain that you are the version of yourself that has that thing. 444. So yeah, so you can have that to hand when you start making your vision board. Okay, next tip for making a vision board is I would personalize things. So for example, when I went through the 2020, the other vision board, there's a bit on there and it's got my YouTube channel and I've edited it to have 10,000 subscribers. So don't be afraid to personalize things. On my new vision board, I'm going to put the car I want, and I have a personalized plate, so I'm going to Photoshop my plate onto that car. You want it to feel real, like you want to look at the board and you want to be like, yes, that's going to happen. And that is why, like, I don't want to say I don't really believe in unrealistic, but I do believe you can intimidate yourself out of believing something. Like for example, my first ever vision board I made, I put a Porsche on there, and every day I would look at it and deep in my head I was like, I can't afford a Porsche. And I feel like it just affirmed, instead of helping me manifest into my life, I feel like it pushed it away a bit, because I kept affirming to myself deep down that I can't have a Porsche. Put things that you can actually see yourself doing. Like, even if things are a bit out of touch, like let's say you want a really big expensive trip, like I would say put that in there, because it might take you a while to save up, but it is like realistic, if that makes sense. I always feel like a great tip for a vision board as well is putting a quote in there, something you kind of want to frame the year and really show really what you want the year to kind of represent. So on this other one I've got, you gotta be thinking big, bitch, because I wasn't thinking big, I was thinking small. And then I was like, why am I thinking so small when I can manifest whatever? So I'm saying this after I just said be realistic. I mean, it's not about realistic, it's just like you just don't want to intimidate yourself, if that makes sense. To be honest, I feel like that's it. That's all my tips for making a vision board. If you do actually want to watch me make mine and see what I put on mine and how I arrange it and what I do, then I'm going to link my other channel below, because I'm going to do that on my spiritual channel. Yeah, I've been reflecting as well, and I actually have quite a few manifestation techniques that do work, so I think I'm going to do a video on that as well, but I think I'm going to do that on my spiritual channel. But yeah, thank you for watching. Let me know what things you're going to put in your vision board down below. Also, to plug myself, if you're interested in getting any crystals or having a personal tarot reading from me, the link is going to be in the description. I also have all my other social medias in the description, so yeah.